Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome back to the final video on the Series 3 Land Rover. That's a bit bright, sorry, the side light. We're just going around finishing up doing all the little jobs on it. The side light lens that was missing last time, we've now replaced that. We've just gone around, checked all the lights and the indicators. We have only got that side on, guys. It doesn't have a hazard switch. It's far too old. So yeah, we're just going around. Obviously the wheels are over at Smarts. I've got to run over and collect those. We've got to bolt them back on. The brake lights didn't work. The switch, I've just stripped that off, unseized it, and that all seems to be working perfect now. Quite a few of you will be very, very happy with what Chris is up to at the moment. Sorry guys, I walked around in a whole circle there. Quite a lot of you reached out to me in the last video about the seat belts. This car did not come with seat belts, and these brackets have been fitted new. Somebody has bought these from Land Rover and fitted them. And Chris is actually, as we speak, fitting seat belts in the driver and passenger seat. Quite a lot of you did say it is for the best. It really does need to have them. So guys, we are getting involved and getting those fitted. So just a few little jobs left to do. I will come back in a little while and show you this. I'm going to be heat shrinking it, and I'm going to get Chris to hold the camera just so I can show it, because there was quite a few comments on it in last night's video. So we will be getting that done. The bulkhead, guys, quite a few comments on it. It's had some red oxide put around it. It's got a very, very minor crack in it here that does want repairing, but we're not getting involved in stuff like that. I am going to put a bit of sealer on the inside just to stop it getting wet in there. That is it. The red oxide, I have contacted a local company. I am going to try and head there tomorrow morning, and we are going to have a spray can made up in this correct colour, and we are going to tidy up the bulkhead. That will be pretty much it for now. We're going to go and collect the wheels, and then I'll come back with an update. We'll start getting those bolted on, and I'll show you the seat belts, etc. And then we'll be just carrying on and possibly taking it for that MOT. We're still undecided, guys. Do we put this through an MOT? So we have just arrived to pick these wheels up. And check them out. They look absolutely brand new. So we had those two tyres that we got off of the guy we bought it off, and we did have to go and find two brand new ones. Let's get back to the yard, get these fitted on along with the other new bits we bought. So guys, we have just got back from the wheel shop, and we had a package arrive at the yard that we ordered online. Now there was no mention of it in the video, but we thought, in the last video, but we thought, you know what, there was so many comments, so many of you guys reached out to us, and one comment in particular, me and Chris was actually looking and trying to get a rough idea of how many people said it. How much better that Land Rover would look with the right mud flaps on it. And Chris said, you know what, Rob, they're absolutely right. These do look 10 times better with the mud flaps on. Guys, we're over the moon with these wheels. They look absolutely incredible. If you could just see how close up, how beautiful they got those wheels, considering how bad they was. They literally have not got a mark on them. And when I spoke to him, he said one of them didn't come out as good as the other three. So we put it through and we done it again. And I am pleased with each and every one of them. They look absolutely incredible. So guys, the mud flaps, we did order a set of front mud flaps. We also ordered the back mud flaps. We've now got those. The washer jet, we tried cleaning it out the best we could. I'm just going to show you it because I believe we've got it here on the bench. And it was just way too crudded up. So we got a nice new washer jet for it. We also went ahead and bought two new wiper blades, and we bought a full mat set for it because you are standing on the aluminium in there. So we thought, you know what, they're not expensive. They was very inexpensive, to be honest. So we bought those mats, and we are going to be fitting all of that on the car. We are going to take it for an MOT. That is set in stone now. There's going to be no getting out of it whatsoever. We are taking it for an MOT. I've booked it in for for tomorrow morning. He said if we get done early enough today, then he will do it today. But later on today, we can have the last MOT. But we don't want to rush it. It is going to be completely finished today, and this will be the last video on it. We want to get round it, do each and every corner. I've got to go around, put all those grub screws back in, then put the wheels back on. And then obviously give it a good hoover out, start fitting these mats, getting all these mud flaps fitted, and then we'll do a walk around it once it is completely done. You can see the can of 2K down there, and it is the original colour for this car. So we are going to try and tidy up that red oxide, but still leaving the patina look. We're not going to try and get a perfect spray job or get it all coloured up. We want it to look like the rest of the car. We're not experts at it by any means, but we are going to really attempt to try and keep the patina of it. So let us know what you think in the comment section down below about everything we've bought, etc., and how it does look at the end. It'll be really nice to get your opinion. Like I say, we do listen to them and we do read for all of them, and hence why we've been out and bought a load of extra stuff that wasn't even actually going to be part of it, but it is a fantastic idea. So enough waffling on, let's get involved and get this finished today. Get cracking. Chris said it kind of got the better of him. Those wheels look so nice. We've really gone to town with painting everything, and these nuts do look kind of grubby. So he is over here cleaning these up, and he's going to put a bit of smooth right on them so that they don't look over the top, but they'll be nice and clean, ready to fit on those wheels. Let's get on with it. Guys, so I know it was only a couple of you that asked me about this, but basically this is a piece of heat shrink. And a couple of you reached out and said, I'd really like to see that done. So I thought I'd just quickly show that. I didn't want to miss it off the video. I know I've missed a couple of bits out before, and people said, oh, Rob, I really thought you'd show that. And it is genuinely, I do forget to show it sometimes. So basically, yeah, you just slot it over, get it back over those over the bullet connectors there. It's a bit tricky just because the wire's bent there, but I'll try and get it about right so it's completely covered this end, and that end it's not quite long enough, but I can always take that off if need be. And then we just literally get the heat gun out, and as soon as you start applying a bit of heat to that shrink, hopefully you can see that on camera there, it just starts really shrinking down, and it absolutely keeps it watertight. Because, you know, when you're driving down the road and the blinkers start flashing really fast because one of them's gone, and it's not always necessarily a bulb. It can be that, you know, one of these have got a piece of muck in them or got a bit damp and they've stopped working. But as you can see there now, that's really, really tight, and nothing's going to get in there and get that wet. I will continue on, but I won't record it. We don't want to fill the video up with me standing here with a heat gun. So that's a bit of heat shrink. Just thought I'd come back with a little bit of an update, guys. I don't want to leave it on time lapse for you all day. I know I like to keep you all involved. So you would have seen Chris, he's cracking on with flattening off all that red oxide and getting rid of all the imperfections to the best that he can. We've just got round to this little crack that I mentioned, and I said I'm going to seal it up inside with a bit of sealer. And Chris, as you see, he was rubbing it down there, and he went, do you know what, Rob, I'm going to get the welder out and just do a little sympathetic repair on that. Give it a little bit of a weld round here, clean it up, and then that is the only like major rot mark on that bulkhead. So that will seal it up and bring it back to as good as we possibly can. I have just gone round, stuck all of the wheels back on, and they do look absolutely cracking. We're over the moon with them. Chris did all the bolts. I did go around and just chuck a little dust coat the best I could over those hubs, and I think you would agree they really do stand out now. So I'm just moving on to the mud flaps, and Chris is going to carry on with the welder up there. So we probably will stick it on time lapse so you can see both of us doing it, but look how incredible that does look. I was worried, I think we was both worried about if we have the wheels done, is it going to make the rest of it look like it's, but it actually looks really good and we're quite happy with it. So exactly the same around this side, guys, not really a lot to show, it's all the same, and I don't want to fill the video up with the same thing over and over again. So I will pop you back in time lapse. I'm going to fit those mud flaps, Chris is going to weld that up, and then after we've done that, I'll come back with another update. So guys, that is the end of the road for you guys watching anything on the Land Rover, sorry, Series 3. We are pretty much done with it. We're just waiting for the paint to dry, and then we're going to be fitting the vents back on and then scotching that off to take the new shine off of it. And in some places it will probably go through and try and match it a little bit. That will dull down in time. But yeah, we've basically been round today. I've fitted the mud flaps. As you can see, I've pulled it forward just to give a full walk around, show you what we've done and explain it all really. So you see me earlier, and I did say I was doing those hubs, got the wheels back on. Chris went ahead and done the nuts, and they look absolutely cracking. We're over the moon with that. There's no more to do on there for us. Just pop onto the inside. We did pick up a new set of Series 3 mats for it. I know the light's not brilliant, but they are fitted in there now, and it does feel a lot better when you're standing in there, sitting in there, and your feet do grip on a mat, because it was quite slidey in there. The back mud flaps, obviously I fitted those earlier. Fortunately for us, it did have some brackets on there, original brackets, and I unbolted them, and these ones was a direct replacement. They bolted straight on, so that's all done. Again, in this side, we have got a little bit better light this side, so you can see that the mat is in there. They are a little bit mucky. I did give it a little bit of a hoover out, but you can't go too mad. So basically what we did there, we put a bit of zinc primer on there after we'd rubbed it down flat. We're not trying to make it look nice. We didn't try and do a respray on it. We literally wanted to get rid of that red oxide and take the eye off of it. So Chris did that little bit of welding there. We flatted it off, put the zinc primer on it. We dried that with the gun. We then went over it with a little bit of silver to try and sort of impersonate the silver that's underneath. Try and just bring a bit of silver out. Probably impersonate's the wrong word there, but I'm sure you all get what I mean. Yeah, so we did a bit of silver and then we went over the top, and believe it or not, that does look quite bright, but it was just a small dust coat over the top of the silver. And like I said, we are going to age that back by scotching that off and making it flat like the rest of the paint. So I have got it booked in for an MOT. It is going to go on Monday, and this Land Rover is going to be ready to sell. I had quite a lot of interest on it, quite a lot of people in the comment section, and obviously a couple of people reached out to me on Instagram. So we have spent a few pound on the car now. Having the wheels done, we had to buy 2 new tyres, which were very, very expensive. And believe it or not, they are brand new tyres, but they are brand new old stock. They're not available anymore, this particular tyre. So they was very, very expensive, and they're dated 2018, even though they're new. So yeah, it's pretty much ready to go. It's going to have a year's MOT on it for the new owner. I know it's tax exempt as well. You do have to tax it, but it is free of charge. So yeah, that is going to be it. We're going to put it up for 4.5 grand. And that is what we want for it. We're not going to take any less. We'd rather have it sitting here because it is worth every penny of that. There's not many left out there that are as solid as this. And if you've been watching the previous videos, you'll know it's got all new brakes, all new cylinders, all new brake drums, etc, etc. I'm not going to go into that. So yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. As usual, put your comments down below in the comment section. I do read through all of them, and I'll try and get back to each and every one of you. Guys, check out the merch store and Instagram. The merch store's the link will be in the description. Instagram is Salvage Rebuilds. I'll put little sneak peeks throughout the day. I have done with this today. So quite a lot of you that do follow me on there know that there is a video coming. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. It really does help the channel, and a thumbs up really does go a long way as well. And drop us a comment. You know, I've just said that, but I like to repeat it because I enjoy reading through them and I like people's ideas, etc. So thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe and share, and we'll see you very soon in the next one.